So we're just waiting for people to filter in. Hello. We'll just give it another minute, I say, and then we'll get started. Just so people don't come in late and miss anything. But welcome to the Money Festival. This is our second webinar. We're excited to have you. We'd also like to announce that it's our one-year anniversary of founding the event, which is quite exciting for us. A little bit daunting as well, because we want to perform. We want you guys to enjoy. We got people in. Yeah, I think I'll make a start. Well, as I said, good morning. Welcome to the Money Festival. We appreciate you taking your time to expand your knowledge and become more educated on money. We hope that you'll leave today feeling more empowered about your choices involving money and that you'll have a better relationship with money. We'd also like to announce and remind you to follow us on our social media and on Facebook and Instagram at Money Festival 2020 for more updates regarding upcoming events and webinars like the one next week, and also about our competition. Now, the terms and conditions of the event call have been posted in the chat and have also been sent in the sign-up email. This call will be recorded. Please ensure your mics are muted and your video is off during the presentation. We will also allow a 20-minute Q&A at the end of the call, where we might in fact have some questions for you regarding money art. Katherine is also keen to respond to your questions if they're not addressed during the time we have for the call, and we will help try and facilitate this. Now, the Money Festival competition. We have 5 £50 gift vouchers and books written by Professor Alan Barrell to be won by creating your own money art and expressing your perception and relationship with money. Further details of how you can win and have your voice heard can be found on our event Instagram and Facebook at Money Festival 2020. And we'll now show you a short video demonstrating examples of what you can create for the competition. The competition website will also be found on our social medias as stated, and we have a website which will clarify how to submit, what to submit, and sort of the categories that we'd like you to enter. So we'll now just show you the quick video. Excuse some of the minor technical difficulties we're having there. We're having some issues with the Wi-Fi. I'm sure you're all aware of the problems of Wi-Fi at the minute. Our event founder and socialist and ARU alumni and our guest speaker for today, Katherine Hasegawa, will now be discussing money art and the empowerment and statement that can be made through the expression of art with money. So I'd now like to hand over 40 minutes to Katherine.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Anuj, for that lovely introduction. The video is very motivating, and I hope everyone joins in this Money Festival competition. So yes, as you say, I just would like to say Christina is going to help me to share my screen. So yeah, thank you so much, Christina. So as Anuj said, my name is Katherine Hasegawa, and today I would like to share with you a personal account. a story of how I use money as an artistic material to shed light on the current socioeconomic situation affecting my homeland, Venezuela. A situation which is perhaps easier to show than it is to tell. So could you please go to the next slide, Christina? So let's contemplate this photo for a second. Next slide, please. Made entirely of the Venezuelan Bolivar, the sum total of the banknotes sewn together to make this dress would have been worth around £5,000 12 years ago. And yet, with all the money I wear in this picture, we would not even be able to purchase a single cup of coffee today. Move to the next one, please. You might wonder how a currency can lose so much value in a decade. Next, please. How could this be possible from a country that holds so much wealth? Venezuela is rich in beauty, minerals, and oil. Next, please. Indeed, Venezuela has the largest oil reserve on the planet, more than Saudi Arabia or Iran. Yet, we have been plunged into a socioeconomic tragedy which has impacted the vast majority of Venezuelans. Next, please. But due to both the mismanagement of Venezuela's economy since the discovery of oil there and the negligence of those in power, which has led to hyperinflation. Next, please. Actually, academics have described hyperinflation as an economic atomic bomb. When hyperinflation spirals out of control, it creates a significant crisis and widespread impoverishment. Those who survive such an extreme event may never find the words to describe the panic that can envelop a nation during those rare historical moments. People's salary, if not lifelong savings, evaporate in a matter of hours. As a result of hyperinflation, the Venezuelan currency has lost its value and has been reduced to a mere paper, a striking transformation which I felt called to use artistically to empathically the crisis going on in my country. Next, please. Imagine living with, next please. Imagine living with intermittent water and electricity. Imagine being constantly cut off from the internet. Imagine living with neither food nor medicine in readily available supply. Next, please. 4.5 million of my fellow citizens have fled Venezuela in recent years. Indeed, the UN projects this number to pass to 6.5 million in the coming years. Next. You will have seen the pictures of people walking miles to Colombia or Brazil for relief. You will likely not, however, have seen the pictures of the many Venezuelans starting again here in the UK, in Spain, and many other European countries, any countries where we will be accepted. Next, please. So, hyperinflation has impacted every aspect of life in Venezuela, including education. Venezuela is left without teachers and without students. The diaspora of educators is over 40%. Venezuela is not educating the next generation of doctors, nurses, engineers, and so on, which will only prolong our struggle. Next, please. So as for students, many of us cannot attend classes regularly due to the lack of transportation available. The streets are lawless. Many go hungry. And as you can see here, it is reported that students pass out in schools, since many go to classes with nothing in their stomachs. Many struggle to find thesis supervisors. Many are forced to leave education to begin work so as to try to cover basic expenses. Next, please. I believe this is a state of emergency. The dire consequences of hyperinflation have been woefully underreported during the last 7 years. This cannot continue. I was lucky enough to have been able to leave Venezuela in 2015, but many of my family and friends remain. Could you please go to the next one? So, for those of you who don't know me, I was born in Caracas. I have 3 amazing siblings. Sorry for the misspelling there. I grew up with working class parents. My mom, a full-time administrative assistant at my uncle's merchandising company. My dad, a natural entrepreneur, but a freelancer taxi driver, whose life was taken away in exchange for a car and that bit of cash he earned the midnight of his final taxi service. Next, please. Oh, sorry. I was only 13 years old when he passed. Next, please. Years passed by, but the situation in my country deteriorated rapidly. So I decided to move to Europe, looking for a better life. I arrived in Cambridge in 2015. However, my arrival in England did not go as smoothly as I had planned, and I faced great difficulties in the first few years. To mention some of them, next please. I work in exploitative jobs due to difficulty in speaking English, and I sadly lost my younger cousin to brain cancer after a long battle, which I supported her through here in Cambridge. Although these challenges caused me great suffering at the times, through them, I have been able to fulfill so many great determinations and dreams. Next, please. And studying in an international university was one of them. I joined ARU in 2018, and since the very beginning, I was determined to impact not only our diverse student and staff communities, but the community of Cambridge as a whole. At all times, I kept in mind how privileged I am for having access to higher education. So many people from where I am from do not. For me, my studies have posed a golden opportunity, not just to enjoy university life to the fullest, but to give back as much as I can in the form of a mission. After all, as my mentor, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, always reminds me, each of us, the members of the student division, have a noble mission. Next, please. In fact, there is a passage from one of his books that I engraved very deep in my life. You can see it here in the right corner. In the book, Students Be the Vanguard, SGI President Ikeda's Encouragement to the Student Division, the Volume 1, Dr. Ikeda says, "My young friends of the Student Division who possess a profound mission, please strive for greatness, develop strengths, win in all your endeavors, while striving to banish wrongdoing and injustice for the sake of peace and people's welfare, building great and noble life adorned with brilliant smiles." During my student years, I have had many opportunities to further my mission and strive, as my mentor encouraged us here. And next, please. So I founded the Latin American Society. Next, please. And I started my own social project, raising awareness about the current Venezuelan situation. This is a work in progress, yet you can now visit the ideasforvenezuela.org website to learn more. Next, please. However, I believe the one project that gave so much to me, and I hope to ARU and the Cambridge community as a whole, was the creation of the money dress. I used the dress to raise awareness about the socioeconomic and political injustice in my homeland of Venezuela by exhibiting it at several university talks in Cambridge. Next, please. And local fairs to raise money for schools in Venezuela. Next. The money dress was also featured on the front page of national newspapers and reached more than 30,000 people worldwide. Next. It is now on display at the Royal Coin Cabinet Museum in Sweden, and it will be there for a year. Next, please. So I am currently working on this Money Festival 2020 project, which, as you may be already aware, aims to offer opportunities for students to gain greater financial education and awareness of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. You will be able to know more a little bit about this Money Festival if you keep up with all the information that we are sending and join every Monday our webinars. Next, please. So I gratefully acknowledge the ARU students such as Eve, Tatiana, Victoria, Anush, Cornelia, Elena, Nick, let me see, and of course Christina, who have worked so tirelessly for the development, promotion, and organization of this Money Festival, and so much more. Thanks to Carol, who I saw here in the call, Natalie, and Professor Alan Barrell for the many hours you have given to coaching to guarantee the success of this event too. I would also like to thank the student engagement team of the Faculty of Business and Law, as well as the student union team for their unconditional support from the start of this project, which I must say ultimately originated at the UCPD, the Student Leadership and Development Program. Next. So I also want to offer my heartfelt gratitude to all my family and friends for installing the value of courage into me. A big thank you to Dr. Impo, my economics lecturer, who was the catalyst for this project back in 2018. And last but not least, a massive thank you to Professor Neil Stott, Director of the Master of Studies in Social Innovation program at the Cambridge University. Words cannot express how grateful I am for his kindness and generosity. So as you can tell, without these supports, any of the victories I have mentioned before would not have happened. After all, these achievements were the result of teamwork. Next, please. This, to me, is a perfect example of how people, even just a few, working together with a shared desire to affect positive change, can achieve great things in life. And next. This is why I joined the money art movement by merging art with money. I hope I have communicated in a tangible way the shocking impact of hyperinflation that is the redundancy of paper money. All this considered, I would like to leave you with this final thought. Next, please. Art is not just about paintings. Artists are not just those who graduate from a school of art. Art and artists are all around us. Next, please. Art is a process. It is what we do when striving to be better people. Next, please. And finally, so you are an artist, and we need you to be an artist. The world needs you to make art. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Katherine, for that thought-provoking presentation. Katherine actually managed to reach out to a fellow Venezuelan artist who's quite famous on Instagram called Gene Art, and he's been able to do a personalized video describing why he's so passionate about being a social activist and his creation of art with money. So we'll now be showing you the short dedicated video that he provided for us.
Les hago una pregunta. Ustedes se han preguntado, ¿se puede hacer arte real con dinero, con billetes? La respuesta es, por supuesto, claro que se puede. A esto le llaman money art, en español es arte en billete. Mi nombre es Jan González, soy artista de Venezuela desde hace más de 10 años y hoy quiero agradecer al Money Art Festival por permitirme estar acá presentándome el día de hoy. Para comenzar hay que hacerse una pregunta bastante común. ¿Qué es money art? El money art es simplemente agarrar un billete e intervenirlo, ya sea con un lápiz, con un lapicero, con un marcador, con pintura, con lo que sea. Hacer cualquier dibujo, cualquier representación artística dentro del billete. Solo se necesita utilizar la imaginación, buenos materiales y un poquito de creatividad para crear piezas de lujo. No se sabe a ciencia cierta cuándo comenzó esta tendencia del money art, ni quién fue el primer artista que lo hizo en realidad. Hay una anécdota muy particular que le pasó a Picasso, bueno, no a Picasso realmente, sino a su marchante, Beguiren. Este marchante, una vez hablando con Picasso, le mostró un billete de 500 francos, a lo que Picasso lo mira y le dice, oye, yo puedo duplicar el valor de este billete. Entonces Picasso tomó un lapicero y dibujó sobre el billete una corrida de toros y se lo devolvió al marchante. Entonces, esa misma noche el marchante se reunió con sus amigos y les contó la anécdota que había pasado. Entonces, uno de los que estaba ahí sentado sacó un billete de 1000 francos y le dijo, te lo compro. Y de esa forma, Picasso con un money art logró duplicar el valor de un billete de 500 francos. Aunque mucho más allá de que si el money art se hace por cuestiones económicas, por generar dinero, por crear arte de valor, en muchos países del mundo el money art se hace como forma de protesta, ya que el valor original de un billete se pierde totalmente. Por lo menos acá en mi país, en Venezuela, los billetes han perdido toda su denominación. Más de 21 billetes sacados desde el 2007 han perdido totalmente su valor económico. No valen absolutamente nada. Termina siendo papel. Nada más eso. Papel. A lo que muchos artistas, por señal de protesta, han decidido comenzar a intervenir estos billetes y se ha dado un revuelo demasiado increíble con las excelentes obras de arte que se pueden crear con estos billetes. Ya sean cosas muy sencillas a lápiz, al lapicero, a otras más increíbles todavía creadas con un poco de pintura. ¿Por qué decidí incursionarme en el money art? Bueno, yo pinto desde hace más de 10 años, pero realmente hago money art desde solamente hace un par de años. Un día caminando por las calles de mi ciudad, entré a una galería y me di cuenta que en esa galería estaban exponiendo varias obras en money art. Y esto me llamó mucho la atención porque eran obras muy buenas y yo dije, wow, yo puedo hacer eso también. Y fui a mi casa por hobby simplemente y tomé varios billetes que tenía y los empecé a intervenir y comencé a hacer obras de arte sobre ellas. Y las subí a mi cuenta de Instagram y vi que tuvo muchísima aceptación, tuve muchísimo crecimiento, me ayudó muchísimo, me di a conocer de una manera increíble y comencé a comercializarlo. No pensé que estas piezas mías podría lograr comercializarlas, pero fue un golpe de suerte que me resultó muy bien porque utilizaba billetes que no tenían valor alguno para crear una pintura y las personas lo compraban y de esa forma yo me ayudaba. Ahorita, un par de años después de haber comenzado, he vendido más de 150 money art diferentes que me han ayudado a crecer no solo como artista, sino a nivel personal. ¿Cómo crees que el money art desafía y aborda los problemas económicos? Ciertamente el money art es una corriente que es algo polémica, ya que hay muchos países en donde se utilizan billetes que aún están en circulación, que aún tienen cierto valor económico, y los artistas lo intervienen como señal de protesta, y hay personas que se molestan porque les están quitando realmente el valor que tiene un billete, ya que el money art no es totalmente comercializable. No cualquier artista que comienza a hacer money art ya puede comenzar a venderlo como obra de arte. Hay mucho camino por recorrer, hay muchas cosas que se tienen que hacer para poder comercializar una obra de money art. Yo por lo menos comencé en esa tendencia como hobby, como por diversión nada más. Y poco a poco fui dándome a conocer y las personas comenzaron a comprar mis intervenciones. Y eso fue varios meses después de haber comenzado. Pero acá en mi país eso es mucho más sencillo, ya que hay billetes que se pueden utilizar. Pero hay otros países en donde los billetes aún tienen valor económico. Y por ejemplo, no puedes tomar un billete de $100 y hacerle un dibujo o cualquier tipo de arte porque harías que perdiese totalmente su valor económico. Y esta no es la idea. Hay muchos artistas que ciertamente hacen money art como señal de protesta. Por lo menos en mi país se hizo porque los billetes carecían totalmente de valor. Cada mes que pasaba era un billete nuevo que se desaparecía, un billete que ya no valía nada y las personas botaban a la basura. Al ver tanto billetes en la basura, los artistas los tomaron y con un poco de imaginación comenzaron a hacer obras increíbles y darle valor a aquellos billetes que eran simplemente un trozo de papel. De esta forma nosotros los artistas hicimos que unos trozos de papeles sin valor se convirtieran en piezas de arte increíbles. En muchos países del mundo el money art es ilegal, ya que no puedes tomar un billete que actualmente tiene un valor económico e intervenirlo, rayarlo o deteriorarlo de alguna manera, ya que esto se considera perturbación a la moneda nacional. Pero puedes tomar billetes de baja denominación, billetes viejos, y utilizar estos para crear piezas geniales, piezas originales, que quizás alguna persona lo vea, le guste y pueda comprártelo por muchísimo más del valor que tenía este billete. Por eso, señores, los invito a todos a unirse a esta tendencia, a unirse al money art, a intervenir billetes viejos, a intervenir billetes creando obras de arte, ya sea por diversión, por hobby, para subirlo a tu cuenta de Instagram, no importa. Pero los invito a crear arte con billetes, porque es una tendencia que va a ir aumentando, es una tendencia que va a crecer mucho y se va a hacer muy, muy popular. Y las personas van a comenzar a darle más valor al arte que a un trozo de papel. Adiós.
Thank you, Gene. You can follow Gene on Instagram. We'll also be posting this video on our Instagram, tagging Gene, and you can see all of his interesting creations with money and art for some inspiration for the competition if you'd like to enter. We're now just going to go back to Katherine, who has an open question for you before the Q&A.
Sorry. Do I need to say something? I am still processing everything. Anush, help.
Yeah, sure. Well, in that case, let's start firing the questions at you. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask Katherine regarding money art? If so, please put up your virtual hand and, like last week, unmute yourself and ask your question. Yep, Ludena. Oh, excuse me, that's the double barrel second name. Excuse me.
So I don't know if you say Ludena or what, but I think it's me. So basically, for me it was quite interesting what you said here, how you use the money to create art. and with the increasing of the profitability of the cryptocurrency, do you think, I wanted to ask you if you think with the time, the concept of money art is going to increase around the world, just in case the cryptocurrency could be more valuable of the normal currency. Is that clear?
Wow. No, yes, that was very clear. Thank you so much for asking that. And it's a really interesting question, which unfortunately I don't have an answer for, because honestly, I know very little about cryptocurrencies. And frankly, I did invest some money in the Bitcoin and I lost it everything. I know cryptocurrencies can be a way to trade money more than saving it. And I don't know if that will be the currency of the future, but what I got the feeling of is that the banknotes are going to disappear at some point. So I don't know if I am answering your question.
No, yeah, basically I wanted to know your opinion about this, because unless for me the value of the money is a concept that every person has in their mind, So for me it was too interested that take the currency and create art and increase its value, So yeah, I mainly wanted to know your opinion. Thank you.
You're welcome. And yes, as Jan says in his experience, he encouraged us to use banknotes with low value, just to experience that relationship that you have with money and to make a statement. Because as he say, if the banknotes disappear, that would be a nice, like a good memory, or a good, how do I say, a thing to hold in your hands, art made with money.
Thank you. I think we can go to the next question. Henry Williams.
Hi, yes, I have a question for Katharina. In your opinion, does money art challenge the idea of currency as a means of exchange?
That's really thought-provoking. And indeed, I consider it does, because going back to the short experience that Jan was telling us, Picasso used a banknote worth 500 francos. He made his art there, and he sell it for the double of it. So in that way, you could see how you are using money, which is actually not called, we call it money, but it's just currency. He's using currency, and it's showing you that he can just put the price that he wants in it. So I think it's what you do with the currency that is in your hands, what will really give value to it. So in my case, with my dress, I have friends that have been telling me, now you can sell the dress, you can put it in an auction and things like that. But honestly, I think there is much more what I can do with it if I hold it myself. I can continue raising awareness, I can use it and go out and bringing more and more value to it. So in the end, I think that currency that you hold in your hands is going to be worth what you decide it is worth, and you can do with it whatever you please, honestly, but with responsibility and without entering into aggressive sort of trading or exchange. Yeah, we have to be very sustainable and responsible what we do with it. Hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to Zach and then to Carol.
Hi guys, thanks so much for your presentation today. It was really, really great. And I just wanted to say to Katherine, really congratulations on your journey so far. You've overcome loads of challenges, and you deserve all the kudos in the world for that. You've done excellent. I have two questions for you. The second one is a little bit longer, so I'll ask you the first one. And what are your long-term goals or your vision for your art and your organization?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So I intend to continue raising awareness. The position that I have right now is an immigrant that is just learning English, earning the trust of new friends in a new country. So what I believe that I can do at the present is to raise awareness. And that's something that we can all do. You just pick a cause and fight for it. And that's what I can do so far. But in the long term, I intend to do with ideas for Venezuela.org, crowdsourcing ideas, like a hub where I can get ideas of entrepreneurs, of people that just wants to have like amazing ideas and want somehow to help rebuild the economy of my country. I believe, well, I study business management, and I believe that each of us has amazing ideas. All that we need is just mentors, a structure to put them into work. So my intention is to use the platform as a way to collect all those ideas from different people, from different backgrounds, just people that is willing to support somehow people in vulnerable situations. So, but first, I have to learn how to do it myself. So yeah, I am looking for web designers. I'm looking for mentors. I'm looking for money. There are things that I need in order to achieve my mission in a long term. So far, just keep studying and doing what I know to do, raise awareness.
Cool, it's amazing. Thank you for your answer.
You're welcome.
And my second question is, what can we do in the West to express ourselves artistically through money, where the economic value of currency is much, much higher than that in, say, developing countries, third world countries, or Venezuela as well, for example?
Yeah, thank you for asking that, because you're really making me think that I will be bold with this. I know that we are in a pandemic, but I know there is also houses that sells, not exchange currency houses, if not the ones that have all the banknotes from everywhere in the world. I don't know, how do you call them? The houses that have the banknotes.
Federal reserves?
Say it again, please.
Like reserves?
Reserves?
Yeah, like the Federal Reserve, for example, in America.
No. When you buy things that are pretty much old and you find all these amazing things, there are also houses that receive the banknotes from everywhere, and then they sell it back in pennies. Well, basically, I think there must be something in Cambridge or many countries where you go and you can, probably with £5, you can exchange it for like many banknotes which are worth less than that from other countries. So there you are, you got your banknotes that you can use as you please. So that's one of the things that I think you can do. But also important here, money art is not just about making art with the money. Money art is also making art about money. You can make a drawing, you can make whatever you like, and just put there your statement about money. You can, I like in the competition video, there is a quote from Bob Marley. I think it's from Bob Marley, and he say, "Oh, people is so poor that all that they have is money." I was like, oh my God, that's really, I think that's art, being able to put together some words that can talk about it somehow. So, did I answer your questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot, Katherine.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Zach. We'll now go to Carol.
Hi, Katherine. Well done for your presentation. It was wonderful. So I know Katherine very well, and my question is around burnout, because she's such an inspiration for all of us. But I want to make sure that people understand how much work is behind the scene, and she needs your help. And I don't know, it's we might say, oh my God, she's so clever, she's doing all these things, I can't be of any help. But no, we can all help. Like, I'm giving myself a bit of my time to Katherine to help. And just think, all of you, it's not really a question, I suppose, it's more a comment that sometimes we look up to somebody and say, oh wow, she's wonderful, I can't be that. But you can help. Everybody can do something. So you can participate in the competition, you can follow people, you can do a bit of buzzing, like make some noise. But I do have a question for Katherine, is that bringing awareness is one thing, but how do you bring change from this awareness? Because like we all know, for example, climate change is a problem. Then what do we do? What steps can we take or maybe we can make some steps and not think it will make a difference, but do it anyway. I don't know. What's your intake on that, Katherine?
Thank you, Carol, and thank you for that lovely words to get everyone engaged in this challenge of changing our world. And yes, just to quickly say, Carol has been supporting us. She's a coach, a personal coach, and we have been with this project for 1.5 years. Plans were different. We were planning a Guinness World Record attempt, folding money into origamis, and these amazing things. And then the pandemic came, and all the plans changed. But Carol was always there helping and encouraging, frankly, because I also had my moments of doubt and like, oh, I'm going to stop this. I was going in the middle of my final major project. And it's important, what I want to say here is that it's really important to get a good team around you, friends, family, coach, mentors. Do all your exercises, but very importantly, like the spiritual part is really important. That's what will keep you uplifted every time that you doubt of yourself. And I want to say this because Carol is asking me about how do we make a change, and the change has to start from us. And I'm pretty sure you have heard this many times before. But that's really the change in the world. We are not going to achieve peace tomorrow or in 10 years from now. We have these sustainable development goals for the 2030. Things are hopefully going to change in 10 years. But the real peace in the world is going to happen in 1,000 years from now. So don't hesitate to speak out about what you believe and start making the change today. Speaking out for the disadvantaged one is a challenge itself. So work in yourself every day. There are good days, there are bad days. Sometimes in the week there are more crap days than good ones. But let's keep working together and do our human revolution. And this is a concept that I like so much. Is also from Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, who I make reference in my speech. He is my mentor. He's a Japanese man who is now 93 years old. But in his organization, he always speaks about the human revolution. And the human revolution is that It's a revolution that we make every day in our life to be better people, to overcome our obstacles, but most importantly, to bring everyone with us in the journey. We cannot leave anyone behind, and that is a challenge. So the challenge starts by working with yourself, being patient with yourself. Thank you.
Thank you for that brilliant question. We'll now go to Tatiana.
Hi. Thank you, Catherine, for this presentation. This was really amazing and inspiring for everyone to hear. And I just wanted to ask you if you ever got criticized, maybe from people from your home country, about this dress. And what I mean with this is because we know that Venezuela is going through a really difficult time of poverty, and many people maybe are struggling to even put bread on the table. So I was just thinking if you ever received any comments of someone saying like, oh, some families in my country don't even have money to put bread on the table, and she is spending all this money to create this dress that might be helpful to so many people. I just wanted to know if you ever received any type of these comments, and if yes, how did you deal with it, and what made you still go ahead knowing that there is like so many problems in your country that I'm not saying that maybe your dress would solve, because it wouldn't, but could help maybe one person, or yeah. Thank you.
No, thank you, Tatiana, for bringing that question into the table, because of course it's a sensitive topic. We are speaking about money. Many people can take it as that we are violating the rules, that we are breaking it, that we are damaging, and we are taking the value of it down, and then people that need it will not be able to buy food. But that's the point, that because the paper money doesn't hold any value at all, I could use it as I please. So keeping that in mind, the currency from Venezuela wasn't of much problem for usage. You be careful with the currency that you use. Be sensitive with your decisions. But I did have a short experience. Just 3 days before I was going to do my first presentation with the dress at ARU in context, in something at ARU, a cultural event. I reached out a fashion designer student from ARU to help me make a dress, because I am not a fashion designer. I just bring ideas and then try to pick the people that I think can help. They are probably not experts, but it's about giving the challenge to someone and just growing in the process, doing our human revolution together. So this student started very happily to making it, but he did receive some comments that what we were doing was illegal, that according to the constitution, the rules in the UK, you cannot defease money because you can get into prison and all these things. And he came to me, and his friends start like putting his head like this, so big with this. I was like, no worries, there is no problem because this is Venezuelan money. However, if you do it with pounds, you cannot do it, guys, with pounds. So be careful. We don't want to get you into troubles. But I told him, like, in a nice way, like, if you want to carry on and help me, I know this is going to be a great project. I bet probably he must be regretting, because the dress is now in a museum, but it could have been with his name. Frankly, I'm not interested in getting any name or fame from all this thing, just to make a point. But anyway, he stopped making the dress. And I was like, no, 3 days before the presentation, and I did it myself. So I just called a good friend of mine, and overnight we start putting the banknotes together, and we did it. So yes, Tatiana, I have faced challenges because people think that what I am doing may not be correct. At the same time, I just follow my gut, and I know that what I'm doing is the right thing to do. And if I will find more challenges in the future, of course I will. There's always people that will put you troubles. I even have sometimes think I may even go to prison one day, so I need to get ready for that, because I am a person, I like to say things when I have to say them, but in a peaceful way. I think we can do things in a peaceful way. We can make change in a peaceful way. But there is always going to be people that is against you. All these big leaders in the world, they have always find troubles. They has been in prison because of fighting for what they believe is the right thing. But at the same time, they will always get out of it. So you just do it. Why not?
Thank you, Katherine. I even have a question myself. So you're telling us this money dress that you made that is featured on Fox News and is now in the museum. You made it about 20 minutes before a presentation. Is that how long it took? How long did it take to make the dress?
No, it took me 3 days. Can you believe? 3 days. There must be designers working for a year in a room making art, trying to put it in a museum. And I don't know how it happened, but now it is there in Stockholm, which I am very happy. I don't know if actually Sarah is here in the call. She is the curator of that museum. If Sarah is here, she can say hi to everyone and encourage us to get more art into your museum, perhaps. Not sure if Sarah is here, but yeah, that's the truth. That's how things happen. Just make it in a couple of hours. If the message is good, people will find you out. The Sarah from the museum, they were the ones that reached me. I didn't reach anyone, and I am very thankful for that, for them reaching me.
Brilliant, thank you. Does anybody else have any more questions? I can't see any more virtual hands. In that case, we'd all like to thank you on behalf of Katherine as well. Thank you for...
We have a question.
Oh, you have a question? Go for it.
Yes. Hi, it's me, Rosa. I wanted to congratulate you, first of all, and say that you're amazing. You're very strong. Your story is very touching. I almost have tears in my eyes. And I want to say, carry on. Your dress is amazing. It's so beautiful. You're a beautiful model as well. And I wanted to ask you, what's happening to your dress after the experience of the museum? Do you know, after that 1 year, 2 years, how long did you say that it's staying in the museum?
Thank you, Rosa, for joining the talk and also for your intervention. I think it's going to be, well, the exhibition is for 1 year.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what is going to happen with the dress after that. Hopefully the dress will continue itself speaking about the situation in my country while I do other things. But yes, I don't know really what is going to happen with it. Yeah, no, if you find out.
Good luck. I hope that good things will happen. Maybe even a bigger museum. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? If you would like to get some photos on the dress, you let me know, and you get it on, and you take your photos.
Yeah,
the memory.
It's amazing. I mean, I remember the dress since last year because I met you during my induction university last year with IMCO. We did the game hyperinflation, and I was amazed at your story just last year. I mean, I remember you and how confident you were and how passionate you were about your story. And this is how you make changes in life, by speaking up, by being very strong, even if life is difficult. Good luck for everything.
Thank you so much. And with that thought about the hyperinflation game, I would like to leave you. Well, before Anuj say the final words, but I would like to really invite each of you and your friends and family, if possible, to join next Monday at 10 a.m. because we will have the hyperinflation game. So we will talk about hyperinflation more in depth, possibly to play the game. We will see how we do it online this time. And yeah, so just for you to go home thinking, well, you're at home already, that was silly, but for you to think, Sarah, who reached me from the museum in Sweden, was to set a exhibition about hyperinflation. And she reached me out just 1 month after the pandemic outbreak. And that made me think, why are they reaching me out to talk about hyperinflation with all the economic problems that I know are going to come ahead because of the consequences of the COVID-19? So I start wondering, is this the whole world going to face hyperinflation? I'm very scared just to think that that can happen. The consequences are really, they are painful, they are awful. I don't wish that for any country ever again. But I do think that this COVID-19 will bring more inequality, and more people will be in disadvantage, and that we need to know what really hyperinflation is, how to manage our money in a very sensitive and cautious way, because the months that are going to come ahead are really, really difficult. So yeah, guys, think about it. Why do you think they call me to make why are they opening for a year exhibition about hyperinflation? Just let's think about it. Join us next Monday, and let's learn a little bit more about this economic concept.
As Katherine says, if you'd like to join us next Monday, the hyperinflation game will hopefully be taking place. We'll have to see how we can work that out. But the talk will be with Professor Imco Meyenberg, who you guys mentioned, who's kindly donated his time. Be on the 1st of February at 10 a.m. And please ensure you obtain tickets via the Student Union website, and the event call link will be sent in an email with further details. It will be the same link, but we have to, just because of student policy, etc., we have to do it through the Student Union and then send the link out officially in that email. We also have the steps to sign up as a student and a non-student on our social media. So if you're struggling with that, you can either message us personally on social media, we can help guide you through it, or you can watch our video instructions on the highlights on Instagram. And also, please check your emails for our post-event survey, so you can have our say on the event, what you think could work better, what we could do better, because we're always looking to improve. And thank you very much, guys. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And just back to Katherine quickly.
Katherine, you're muted.
Thank you, Christina. Just to quickly mention that in the hyperinflation day, we will have Imco, our economic lecture, but we will also have a friend of mine from Venezuela. He's activist as well. He's historian, and he's here in the call with us. His name is Henry Williams. So I'm pretty sure you will have a very thought-provoking conversation with him. So I just wanted to mention that here we all are working as volunteers, and that we will really appreciate a lot your contribution joining on the day. Thank you so much. And have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.